Hey guys, hey, I'm coming on here. My name is Mitch, and I'm gonna make a follow-up video for this Brydge, the Max 11 um, Magic Keyboard alternative for you guys. I made one video a while ago, and I've gotten so many comments on that video. I don't know, YouTube algorithm is so funny to me because that video by far has more comments on it than any of my other videos, but the views on it are not crazy. Like it's not that it doesn't have thousands of views. In fact, it has less views than some of my other videos, but yet by far it has some of the most comments. So because you guys have been asking for another review, I've decided to come and make one for you. In this video, I'm gonna compare the Brydge keyboard to one of the original Apple Magic keyboards from Apple. I do want to just say for you guys, just to let you know, since a lot of you are new to my channel, so I don't know how often I'm gonna make videos. I'm just be real honest with you. I don't think I could ever do YouTube full time, or maybe I could, I don't know. But the thing for me is like I have to have a really small background, really small because I'm a pastor. But I have a real small background doing production and AV work. And part of that is I used to actually I ran a nonprofit that made videos, film, and ministry related content. But all that to say, I can be my biggest critic. And one thing I know about myself is I sometimes dread making content because I know I'm gonna be super critical of the camera, of the lighting. Like right now, I hate the lighting in, in this video, of the audio. And for me, it's that old saying of um, great can sometimes be the enemy of good, like good enough, because you're always pursuing greatness, and then you end up never finishing what you're trying to get done. And for me, that has been such a story in my life. I remember I used to record music, and I worked on a song, and I was mixing this song, tweaking this song for over a year. And after a year goes by, it just kind of clicked one day, and I go, "Oh my gosh, I've been working on this song for over a year and I haven't even released it." Like, Mitch, that's my name. Mitch, when is it going to be good enough for you? Just release it. And so I ended up doing that, but anyways, I don't know how many videos I can make, guys, because I am my biggest critic. And so literally I'm just filming this on a phone and I just have the little mic here, no lighting, because I know that if I spend all this time editing, I spend all this time working on the lighting and all that, I'm never going to get it done. And so because so many people have asked for a follow-up video, I've decided to go ahead and make one for you guys on this Brydge keyboard. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to compare it to Apple Magic keyboard. Now listen, guys, I am just a normal person. I'm a regular average Joe. I don't have the latest and greatest stuff, okay? I don't every year there's a new iPad or a new iPhone, or I can't always afford to get the latest stuff. So like my iPad right here, this is an iPad Air with the M1 chip in it, okay? So it's from what, 2022, I think, something like that. I ordered this when I was in the Philippines, so it has a little bit of sentimental value to me, but it still works really well. Like it's still extremely snappy. I really enjoy it. Would I like to have the latest iPad? Sure, but let's just be real. I can't always afford to do those things. So all that to be like being said, I want you guys to understand that I am using some older equipment here. Like I'm using an older Apple Magic keyboard. Now this was, I believe, for the Pro, and you can tell because it has the older kind of rounded square shape there. It uses the pogo here. Which version of the Apple Magic Keyboard is this? I have no idea, but it's obviously for the 11-inch. It's really nice. I mean, it has a haptic trackpad, but it's not as nice as the latest, the ones that are made with aluminum. So all that being said, right, like, I'm comparing to what I have. I can't do a comparison to things that I don't have, if that makes sense. So I just want you guys to be totally on, or for me to be totally honest with you guys as I share with you my review here and comparing it to Apple's own Magic Keyboard, albeit from a few years ago. So honestly, you guys, not that much has changed from my original review of this keyboard. Now, I've had it for a few more weeks. I can, I guess, maybe tell you a little bit more of the pros and cons with it. Let me just first start out by sharing with you guys. Someone had asked about it in keyboard mode, about how far back it can go while it's in keyboard mode. Okay. So, guys, that's it. In keyboard mode, this is as far back as it goes. It does not go any further back. That's it. That's it. So if you want it like a laptop, that is as far back as it goes. Now, in the Magic Keyboard mode, you can technically, you can do it like that. I don't know if you would ever want to do it like that, but they Brydge shows it and they advertise it like that. So you can have it, I guess, for whatever reason. If you wanted it like that, you could. Sometimes I use it like this. I find this really nice. So basically, I have it flat, and this is just super nice if you're maybe reading a book or using it for a Kindle. Just having it, basically, it's flat and you can hold it like this. Here's some other insights on it. So someone had asked, how does it pair? It pairs over Bluetooth. You don't need the Brydge app. I believe they used to do that, but I'm not fully certain on that. But yeah, I mean, it's just Bluetooth. You pair it over Bluetooth. One thing that I do is, so it has a little power switch right here. So to save on battery, what I often do is I turn it off if I'm not going to be using it. Um, so actually, I just turned it on, so you can see it's lit up right now. But so to save battery on this keyboard, I do like that it has a little power switch. Um, and I seem to, as soon as you turn it on, it seems to pair right away. You don't have to go into your Bluetooth setting every time and repair it. But I just find that this helps save battery. Again, I've had it for a few weeks. It says right now on my battery percentage here that it's about 50% charged. So it's still going, but that's mainly because to conserve battery, I just turn it off. So I also like doing that while, if you're going to be using it like this, or however you're going to be using it, if you know that you're going to be using your fingers more to, whether it's to click on tabs, to open applications, if you know you're going to be doing that, it's actually probably better to keep this keyboard turned off, because once it's turned on and paired, okay, if you open it, it's essentially in keyboard mode. So, like for instance, if I go right here onto a tab, it's not going to show up the virtual Apple keyboard because it's paired to keyboard mode. So it's essentially waiting for you to type. Well, how are you going to type with it closed like this, right? So it's actually better if you're going to be in this mode. From what I've experienced, right? You do whatever you want to do. But so for me, what I find better is actually to keep the keyboard turned off, because then you're able to, you can see right there, the keyboard pops up. So once it's turned off, so you have the virtual keyboard that you can move around in and swipe with. So here it is again. Now we can compare it to the Apple Magic Keyboard. Of course, one of the advantages with this, right, is you never have to charge it. It's not powered by Bluetooth, or connected, I should say. It's not connected by Bluetooth, but it's connected with the three little, is it three? Yeah, the three pogo sticks. Pogo stick. What do you call them? Little pogo things. I don't know the technical term, but so when you connect, so it's powered over those pogos. You connect it instantly, so it's instant, right? But then again, I mean, with the Bluetooth, other than the first time you pair it, right? Like, it seems to instantly connect even when I turn it off and on. But the nice thing though is that this never has to be charged, right? Since it has those little pogo connectors. Um, I guess, I mean, again, guys, I don't have the latest stuff. I would say that the Brydge trackpad seems to be a bit bigger than this. It's not as long as the Apple one, but it is wider. It is glass, so it feels premium. It feels great. But to click, it takes a little bit more force. It's a little bit harder to click. Um, you can't click up here. You can't click up here because it's not haptic. You can't really click there, but yeah, you can click there. So a little bit below the middle. I would say that's the biggest downside to this keyboard is the fact that it's not haptic. The trackpad. If they could make this haptic, man, that would just be super nice. It'd probably cost more money to sell, but it would be super nice. Um, in comparing this to other third-party keyboards, what I really like about it is the aluminum. This does feel like a premium keyboard. I mean, even having, I showed him the first video, like the little laptop feet there, the little rounded rubber pads, like super nice. Um, maybe the 13-inch would be better in terms of, I mean, you're typing on a smaller keyboard, but I would say that it's still really nice. Like the keyboard feeling when you're typing feels great. Does not feel that much different than the Apple Magic keyboard. Now, the Apple Magic keyboard that I have doesn't have the top rows, the what you call those, the F keys, whereas this one does. So that's super nice for me. But mine doesn't have that on this older version. But yeah, I mean, everything else, guys, is great. I think that the biggest problem with this is just the trackpad that, someone mentioned that they asked. I think they said that they had another Brydge product, and they said that the old trackpad, you had to click really hard on it, press really hard to get it to click. And they asked if that was the same on this or if it had been improved. And I said, honestly, to me, the way that that was described sounds about the same because sometimes it does take a bit of force to click down on it. Whereas, if you use the Apple Magic keyboard, it's just bloop, bloop, bloop. You can click anywhere. Woo! Which I love that about this one. So that's the only thing I think that's the only thing that I would really say for Brydge to improve upon. But otherwise, I think the Brydge is nice. I haven't gone back to the Apple Magic one yet. I mean, I'm still using this all the time. I really like it. I have other third-party keyboards that I've purchased. I have the ESR one, and I would just say in comparison, like to those other third-party keyboards, because this is all aluminum, this just feels very premium. It's a great keyboard. I hope this video helps answer any questions. I know it's probably not the greatest video, but guys, if there's any specific questions, let me know in the comments. I try to respond to all of the comments. And yeah, if you have any other questions about it, let me know. And I'd be glad to help answer any questions. I'm not affiliated with Brydge. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't have anything. Haven't received any freebies from them. I mean, I paid for this for my own money, so it's just my honest review, and I try to just be an honest person. So yeah, guys, that's been my experience with it so far, and I hope this video helps. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment below any questions you have about it, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Take care.